Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining me this Friday night for part 16 of our series on the 64 Yoginis. Tonight, I'll be sharing a Puja and Satsang to Ma Marjari, who we see pictured here in her Hirapur image. So, quick announcement about the upcoming Navaratri celebrations. 9 nights of Mother Divine. This will be from the 9th of this month through the 18th. This year, Tridevi Chamunda Mandir is combining our Navaratri with that of Shiva Sai Mandir. And so I'm going to be doing our Navaratri broadcasts from Shiva Sai Mandir, 1391 South Pennsylvania in Denver, Colorado. Everything will be at 6 p.m. in the evening, with the exception of the Saturday and Sunday, which everything will be at noon. But starting on the 9th will be a Kali Puja, a consecration of the Divine Mother's seat that will be our ritual focus for the next 9 nights. And we'll also be doing a chanting of the Navarna mantra. Tuesday the 10th, it's Wednesday, we'll be honoring Ma Tara. And that's when I'll begin the readings from this short book, Kali the Mother by Sister Nivedita. Thursday, Tripura Sundari, also known as Sudashi, will be honored. Friday the 12th, Bhuvaneshvari. Saturday and Sunday, which will be at noon, the 13th and 14th, Bhairavi and Chinnamasta. The 15th, that particular day of Navaratri, it's traditional to honor two of the Mahavidyas, Baglamukhi and Dhumavati. 16th, which is next Tuesday, or actually a week after, a week from this coming Tuesday, Matangi. And then the last of the Mahavidyas on April 17th, Wednesday, Kamla. Thursday, which is really day 10, will be an extra special celebration, the Victory Day celebration, and I'll be sharing a fire puja to all 10 of the Mahavidyas. So this is what we'll be up to the next for 10 days. And you're certainly welcome to attend either on YouTube. I'll be broadcasting from there. You can also join in person, 1391 South Pennsylvania in Denver. And I'd like to say namaste to Kim, who's joining, and Elizabeth, and anybody else who happens to be tuning in at this time. Please feel free to, having some lighting issues tonight, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on your screen. So with that, let's go ahead and begin our satsang. So Marjari is also known as Betali or Betali. So sometimes the name is spelled beginning with a B, Betali, sometimes with a V, Betali. These are two regional variations of the name. And she's a divine yogini in Hindu and actually Buddhist beliefs who embodies fierceness, transformation, and the understanding of life's impermanence. And she's also the power that we have to navigate the realms of life and death. She is shown, we don't really see it very well in our photograph here, but she is shown standing on a fish. And I'm going to show right now a modern divination deck card that shows in better detail what that fish actually looks like. The sculpture, as so many of them at the Chausati temple, the arms are broken away, so it's kind of hard to tell what she might have been holding, but I do have some possible ideas on that. Her hair is braided, and we see down here between her thighs and knees, a garland of skulls or human heads. She symbolizes the impermanence of life, the transcendence of mortality. And there are legends that emphasize her role in guiding individuals through transformative journeys and helping them embrace the transient nature of their existence. So, as one of the 64 yoginis, she represents the fierce energy that drives change and also our acceptance of change and just the impermanence of everything. So, devotees will invoke her for blessings in transformative times, times of change, to help in navigating those periods of their lives, also to cultivate fearlessness in the face of those same challenges. Marjari / Batali is typically depicted as a four-armed yogini. She's standing in Samabhanga pose, and this is a pose from traditional Indian dance. It's one of the starting postures, and it shows a centered presence. The fish that she stands on represents the ability to navigate the depths of existence and embrace transformation. Fish in water, bodies of water in unconscious symbolism represent the realm of the unconscious. So we have to also take into account that her mount is connected to exploring and having the courage to explore the deepest realms of one's consciousness. Something else to say about the fish. The fish is Lord Vishnu's first incarnation by the name of Matsya, which is the Sanskrit name for fish. And in that particular story, Lord Vishnu incarnates as a fish to save the first human in this story named Manu. And it's during a time when the world is embraced in a deluge. Her braided hair over her head symbolizes discipline and control in difficult situations. We see this garland of skulls, again representing the transient nature of life. She's also shown wearing other golden ornaments. And in her personifying the acceptance of life's transitions, that also is the transcending of the fear of death. So Marjari or Batali is the Shakti of Sri Betal. And Betal is a form of Bhairab or Bhairava, the wrathful form of Shiva. So Marjari, the name itself, refers to cats, including jungle cats, jungle predators. Think of them as ambush predators, just as change can jump into our lives without warning. So Marjari Asana is the cat stretch, part of the cat-cow series. And that stretch relaxes the muscles along the spine. It helps to make the spine supple and flexible, strengthens digestion, relieves menstrual problems, encourages deep breathing, especially into the abdomen and the back area. Batali or Batali, her other name, is also one of the names of Durga or Kali. And when we look to this goddess in Buddhism, we get some additional clues as to her functions. So Batali, this is a Sanskrit name, is considered in Buddhism the Mahakali, so she's a form of Kali, who is a traditional protectress. She's dark blue in color with red hair and 4 arms, wearing a skull crown, and bone ornaments. So she's often shown as a dakini, similar to this traditional tanka image. She's sometimes shown seated on a saddle of human bone and a saddle cloth or saddle blanket of human skin. She has chains around her ankles, and she rides over a blood lake on a donkey marked with a white blaze that is a white streak on the forehead. And she's the consort of the four-armed Mahakala, again Mahakala or Bhairab, the wrathful Shiva. It's said in one legend that Vatali lived in the realm of the gods and was known as being a trickster. And she would play all kinds of pranks, generally causing some degree of upset, of people being upset and the gods being upset. So this disturbed the king of the gods, as well as Yama, the lord of death. So trying to uphold the orderly function of the universe, they arrested this Devi and threw her in chains. She escaped on the back of her donkey, and when an arrow from the pursuing armies wounded the donkey in the left hindquarter, the wound transformed itself into an eye, which represents her watchfulness to defeat any kind of obstacles to her activity. And so I'm going to show another traditional tanka image. This is of Vatali, also known as Palden Lamos, riding on her donkey. Can't see it very well, but we can see the outline of the eye right up in this area. So she's a four-armed goddess. Vatali holds four instruments, which are symbolic to her enlightened activity. She holds a skull cup or kapala, which represents the transformation of consciousness. She holds a mirror and a purba, and I'll be saying a little bit about those objects as well, and also a sword. The syllable byo, B-H-Y-O, is the seed syllable, which Vatali, which is associated with Vatali and really expresses her essence. The blood of the ego is contained in her skull cup, from which Vatali drinks. Her sword generally represents the sharp double edge of prajna, or the intellect, which cuts through the concepts of self and phenomena in one stroke, cutting through ego issues, cutting through attachments. The sword doesn't need to strike. The energies in itself are gathered just as it's being waved. And the sword severs the heads of those who misinterpret teachings or those who misuse teachings. The mirror she holds is sometimes used as a metaphor for the nature of the mind, which abides the illusory and vivid image of the phenomenal world. The mirror is an instrument of self-reflection, of self-knowledge. The purba, like this antique one from Nepal, which is made of wood, has three edges and a point. People see the purba and very often think of it as a dagger. Really, a purba is more like a tent stake. So it's designed to pin something that's disruptive or evil in its place, to immobilize it. Or similarly, those powers of a more benevolent nature, powers of healing, powers of balance, powers of knowledge, anchoring those powers in a place. So the dagger, well, or I should say the purba, is also a symbol of wrathful action, which suddenly penetrates through the three kleshas, three obstacles, which are passion, aggression, and ignorance, pierces them all at once. And here we see those three edges, and bringing liberation from that. Batali is also the name of the Dakini, the form of Ma Chamunda, the skeletal Kali that we see embracing Lord Yama as well. And I think I'm going to go ahead and include her and Yama on our altar. Actually, I've got a larger image that I'll share of this. So here is Chamunda Batali embracing Lord Yama. The mantra that we're going to be using is Om Aing Reem Sreem Sri Mahakali Siddhishvari Svaha. And by doing sadhana using this mantra, one can receive protection from enemies. One can receive success, good health, especially immunity, strengthening of the immune system, life, longevity, gain in wealth, prosperity, perfection in talent, and blessings from Batali Yogini, blessings from the Divine Mother. Jai Ma Batali, Jai Ma Batali, Jai Ma Batali. So it looks like we have two people, Kim and Elizabeth. And something I've always said about pujas is, especially while they're live, is the people who really need it when it's being presented are the ones who really need to be there. And so, again, namaste and welcome to both of you. I invite you to take a nice, comfortable position, a seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. Find a position where your back is straight. If you roll your shoulders back to open the chest. Maybe you want a pillow under your hips to tilt the pelvis a little bit to take pressure off the lower back. And let's begin with deep breathing. Taking a moment to ground and to center. Taking some time to prepare for our workings tonight. And focusing your breath and your attention on your heart center. I invite you to silently connect with that Divine Mother presence within yourself. And also to think of some aspect of your life, especially something that's in a state of change. Something where Divine Mother Batali can give her assistance, give her guidance, give her healing. You can also think of somebody with a similar need. And just take a moment to acknowledge that in taking part in tonight's practice, you're taking an important step toward resolution, toward healing, toward balance, toward guidance, whatever the issue in your life may be. And slowly bringing the palms of your hands to your heart center. Let's open our practice using the seed syllable for Ma Batali, Ma Marjari, and that is the syllable Byo 3 times. So inhale, Byo. Byo. Second inhalation. One more inhalation. Inhale. Exhale. Let your hands rest comfortably on your knees. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvabhistam Gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi Om Shuklam Bharadhanam Vishnum Seshivanam Shatobhijam Prasnavadanam Dayat Sava Vignopasantaye Jai Ganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Padam Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Ve Namah. Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamai Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Matur Mukshiyamamritad. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shivadatri Svasvada Namostute. Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutita Harini Jaya Savagati Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Jai Makali. Om Aing Reem Sreem Sri Mahakali Sedeshvari Sva Jema Marjari Jema Batali Nama. So I invite you to join in with our Puja mantra, which is Om Byo Manjari Nama. 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 Om Byo Marjari Namah. 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 Jema Marjari Devi. Om Kapura Godam Karanavataram Samsara Saram Bhujigendra Haram Sada Santam Hridaya Vinde Bevam Bivani Saitam Namami Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Bishvesvara Pe Vishvam Tvam Yeshora Devi Chara Charasya Om Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. So we'll begin our offerings to the fire. Om Aing Rim Srim Srim Mahakali Siddhishvari Svaha. Om Aing Rim Srim Srim Mahakali Siddhishvari Svaha. Om Aing Rim Srim Sri 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 Mahakali Siddhishvari Svaha. Om Aing Rim Shrim Shri Mahakali Siddheshwari Swaha. 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 Jai Marjari, Jai Batali, Sri Mahakali Devi Namah. So I invite you to look on your screen with a relaxed gaze, meditate on our fire, breathing deeply. Feel those things which hinder your ability to navigate change being given to the fire. Your fear, your anxieties, your insecurities, outmoded beliefs. Give them to the fire as an offering. Fire is an element of transformation. So feel the transformed elements returning to you in the light and the warmth of the flame. Feel them returning to you in the form of self-assuredness, of courage, of fearlessness, of strength, of guidance, and of healing. Jema, Jema, Jema. Jema Marjari. Jema Dali. Jema Mahakali Devi. Jema, Jema, Jema. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Bhavatu Sanau Bhunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And Jai Ganesha, Jai Guru, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Ma Devi, Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Batali, Marjari, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, and Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Know you can replay this broadcast at any time that you would like to do this meditation again. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. And thank you so very much for joining me. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope it made for a nice part of the Friday evening. I want to thank you again for joining me, including Kim and Elizabeth, and anybody else joining live right now, and anyone who will be watching the recording in the future. And I look forward to you joining me beginning Tuesday for the 9 nights of the Divine Mother Navaratri. Just a reminder, on the weeknights, we're going to be starting at 6 p.m. rather than 7, and noon on the Saturday and Sunday. So until then, again, thank you so much for joining me. And Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Thank you and good night.